I wanted to give an update on the Bulenox situation. So they sent me the master agreement. I never downloaded it, so they sent it to me, which was nice. But even according to their verbiage, I'm not flipping. The fact that they denied this payout is mind-boggling, and you can make your own opinion of it. I know what the facts are, and I know what it says here, and they would lose in court immediately based on their words, not mine. For the purpose of this agreement, flipping refers to placing a trade primarily or solely to have the day counted as a trading day for withdrawal eligibility rather than execute trades in alignment with a consistent, disciplined day-to-day strategy. Just that fact alone. Here's the account in question. No losing days in 52 days. I don't need a trading day. You only need, it took me this long to make $5,600. Now it's $5,700. $3,700. So it's eligible for payout. So I didn't need a trading day to do that. Let me pull up the specific account in question. 16. This was today's trades. So just to be in alignment, I got to trade at least 10 contracts. And there you go. So those are the trades. I'm mixing in some YM with MNQ. It's 50 cents a tick, 50 cents a point instead of $2 a point. MNQ is 50 cents a tick. So you're going in with more risk if you do 2 contracts. So we're kind of liking going in with less risk. It's just part of my strategy that I'm forced to do because they're basing it on contracts. So I want to downsize my risk because they're forcing me to trade more. So if I go to MNQ and use the same logic, and I go in with 2 contracts, I'm going in at 50 cents a tick. So a lot less stressful maybe to trade MYM. It's not my thing, but I'm doing it to try to fit in their rules and not overexpose myself. Even though I'm doing micros, I don't like to over trade, but I have to now because according to them. So let's go back to summary. Barely lost a trade today. $8.50 drawdown. If we pull this back, let's just say mid-March, right? A month. Not a lot of profit there, $600 in a month. And we go to analysis. You can see the 0 losing days and the profits. And, they're considered this. I'm practicing doing one and done. Everybody wants to do one and done. Well, I'm doing it with micros. I'm training myself to be disciplined to shut down. And look what happened. I got 50 trading days doing this shutting down. And some days I'll struggle. It took me 22 trades to make $50. That's a lot. But here, it took me 5. That was probably 1 or 2 trades and done. This one took 21 contracts to make $50. Here's 3 contracts, $17, shut down. 2 contracts, $10, shut down. They're considering that flipping. But you can see none of my totals are that high. So it's not flipping if I traded 22 contracts and made $50. But if I do 5, it's flipping. So, I'm consistent. And let's go back and read their verbiage again, because it further proves my point. It was up here somewhere. Yeah. Let's go from here. Okay, to employ a consistent, legitimate trading strategy relying on 1 or more significant trading days. I don't do that. My largest day was 400, but everything else is, I average $75 a day. I'm not relying on 1 trading day. I got 50 trading days with no losing days. And then merely flipping contracts merely to satisfy. So what this means, and let's read a little more, because the analysis must not exceed 20% of trades within an applicable payout period that could reasonably be classified as flipping. Now, what that means is you made $3,600 or $3,700 in 7 trading days. Day 8, 9, and 10, you traded 1 contract, shut it. 1 contract, shut it. 1 contract, shut it. For days 8, 9, and 10. That would be 30%. You broke the rule. That's what that's there for. Not for 50 days. I don't need a trading day. How is that considered flipping? And they pulled out conceivably or reasonably, or for them, they said there's 11 days that they considered because they knew what the number was to deny my payout. So they took days like this. Now, if I did it for 11 days, it's part of my strategy to make one trade and shut down. One trade, shut down. That's what I'm grooming myself there. Eventually, I'm going to be in a mini, not a micro. But you got to prove it in micro first. I'm a DJ. I'm not a trader. I'm learning this. And like, this is a damn impressive record for them to deny a payout. And I'm just making the public aware of this. Even like this, I'm in the 10% consistency. Like I'm in there. You know, you can see this, what the days were like. But anytime I did the one and done, which is, you know, it's a way, I didn't need it to count the day. I did it because I'm trying to trade less, not more, and still get the payout. And I'm doing it. And it's not just this account, it's all the accounts. You can see it's, if I log in, yeah, we'll pull up the Apex. I should be able to click on these here. Yeah, let's just click on that one. I think that's a 50K. Look at that. And then they'll go back even further. You can see my profits are not crazy. And I know Apex doesn't count a trading day unless you make $50. But I only need 10 days of $50. It won't go that far. How about that? I think in 3 months it is, give or take. So there you go. No losing days, going back as far as it can go. And I got plenty of days over $50, but I got a lot under $50 because it doesn't matter. Now, is Apex going to flag this for flipping? But it seems like I got enough contracts. But even these days, look, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5. I don't have 12 contracts there. And look at the totals. I don't have a lot of time to trade. I got to go in, do my thing, and get out. Even this was one trade, $50. I picked the right direction there. So obviously it's not a fluke. This is the way I trade. And I got the denial in there. So I'm sure crazy thing on the, let's just go back. I want to just show some of the trades I took and how crazy they're forcing me to change. So I'm trying to figure out how do I downsize my risk a little bit, being they're making me trade more than I want to. And if we just look at today's trades, right here. All right. 12 contracts. All right, let's go to trades. So what I actually do, you can see there's MYN in there. And I was short NQ, which was a crazy up day, but it was hitting third standard deviation, and I was shorting for that. And then I was long here because MYN was in a totally different, and the opposite end of the spectrum. So here's one of my trade setups. The green line, the white line, second and third standard deviation. This is MYM. So I was letting it hit low of the day. In here, scalp long, scalp long, scalp long. That's what those trades are. When it breaks second standard deviation, hits a low of the day, you're going long. If you got to add in, you can add in because it really doesn't pull back too much. I think the most heat I took was $40. So that's this chart. Same exact chart. And I just created that today because I wanted to downsize my risk. And when I saw price action, it was crazy. So here's same time of the day. It was between 10 and 11 o'clock. What's happening here? Same exact thing on the opposite end of the spectrum. Green line, second standard deviation. White line, third standard deviation. Price gets in there. Near highs of the day, what happens? Gets thrown out. Short, short, short. Even up here. Short, you're winning those. And I'm scalping about 5, 10 points. That's what I do. It gets thrown out of there. And really from here, doesn't look like a lot. That's 50 points. That's a 50-point pullback. So I don't need that much. I need 10. I need 20. That's it. So again, you're hitting here, short, 15 points. Okay, short, 15 points. And against the high of the day, comes down, and or this is a Ludwig level, 100% short here. 50 points. So even on crazy up days like this, if you know what you're looking at, you can win. And then I did take pullbacks too on the other account. I took pullbacks long. If you trade, and I took, let's go to summary, 12 contracts. The other account, which I'm dealing with Bulenox with, is this one. And 14 trades. And you see, I got the MNQ and the YM involved in there. And same thing. And I was, MNQ, when it pulled back, I was going long. When it got to a level, we could look at this specific trade and see why I went long. Guarantee you it pulled into a level at 1042, 133. 1042, 133. $10.42. There you go. Yeah, so reject it. It starts its move up. It was at 133, right? Sorry about this clicking. Yeah, 133. Yeah, I really didn't get a lot of points there because it was a pretty hard downtrend. Right there. You can see the move up. And I was in probably right there. Yeah, it broke above. But this was this is the level, right? It's a EMA. Once it closed below and then it closed back up, I was in this bar right here. I just played it up a little bit. Probably could have got to there, but I didn't. Again, I was done for the day. I was over $50. I'm trying to minimize risk to fit their rules. So that's it. Who knows what they're going to say? They're going to say I didn't get enough profit on that. I should have got more profit. Who knows? But they're 100%, even based on their verbiage, this document, they're 100% wrong.